The whole pedal assembly was moving, so another one popped up for sale. This is the other Apache I bought with that green one. Actually sell. Staple $1 to the ceiling. Something's dragging. It feels like the throw-up bearing needs to be adjusted or the clutch needs to be bled. So far, I just turned a little problem into a big one. I'm gonna look into it. On that piece, grind, this wall. Thought we lost the end to that. I couldn't find the nut. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few weeks. I'm gonna update you on what we've been doing the last few weeks. The biggest thing is, since I've seen you last at the block party, we did some big burnouts in this thing. It held together, so I thought it was ready to go to the revival. I loaded it all up, loaded the toolbox full of everything I thought I was gonna need. Head out down the interstate, and I could tell something wasn't exactly right. I thought it was like maybe the clutch, or I don't know. It didn't seem terrible until the back wheels locked up doing 80 miles an hour. Yeah, check it out. Don't know what that was all about, but here we are, side of an Interstate 40. Something to do with the clutch, the throw-up bearing, the flywheel. I don't know, but when you go to start it, it makes this real weird noise. I'm only about 20 minutes from the house, which is glad it happened now and not 8 hours in, but gotta get it tore apart and see what it is. Pulled it all apart and I melted the transmission. Long story short, I'm sure it happens to everybody at least once. I didn't put any fluid in the transmission, so I melted it. Found a new one and we reinstalled that. On the Camaros, the 70 Camaro's been almost fully block sanded and it's getting really close for paint. I don't think the front end was on it last time. So we have, it's been gapped again. The front end's back on, it's all been cut in. And then on the 67 Camaro, we pulled the subframe out on that. The first time I put it together, I actually forgot to put the pilot bearing in the transmission. So luckily I caught that before we had another mistake on that. Pulled it apart, put the pilot bearing in it, and put it all back in. Put the rear end all together, so that's almost ready to mock up. So this is the rear end for the 67 Camaro. Since the last time you guys seen it, I put all this together. It's for the SpeedTech torque arm system. All that mounts underneath here, comes out of the front. It has a strange, third member in it, pause unit, has Willwood 14-inch brakes, 4 pistons. Dutchman manufacturers on Ford SpeedTech. This is the first one of all my trucks and stuff that's had this little breather type setup. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna probably put that on some other stuff. This car here is gonna have a TKX. Stop! Already? Stop! So this car's gonna have a TKX 5-speed in it. It has a McLeod twin disc clutch. It's running Bowler hydraulic, conversion for the pedals.
It's gonna be a sweet setup in that car.
Yeah.
LS3.
5-speed. It's gonna have Viking coilovers on it. No, it should run like a dream. It should handle amazingly. This is all of the parts that I've collected for the 67 Camaro. This is kind of like one of those things I was talking about. Like, I probably wouldn't do again. Moving forward, if I was to give anybody advice, is order one part at a time. If you're doing an LS swap and the motor's not in the truck yet, buy the motor mounts, put it in the truck. Then, if it doesn't run because you don't have a fuel tank, put the fuel tank in it. Don't order $20,000 worth of parts to let sit on a shelf for a year. I'm telling you, because I've done it. So it's nice having it all now that I'm putting it together, but I would change little things. But nonetheless, I've organized it all and made sure it's still there, because it's been almost probably 2 years. You can see from the dust on top of the things. It's been like 2 years since I bought it. With that being said, it was a little bit different times back then. Some of the stuff was on back order, was hard to get even then. So you gotta keep that in mind. You know, it's different circumstances now. This is the torque arm for the SpeedTech rear end. Most of it is the rest of the SpeedTech stuff for the rear end. This is the clutch setup for the pedals, all the brake stuff. This stuff over here is mostly engine, fan relays. All this is like the Holley mid-mount type stuff. This car's getting an ATI dampener. This is the mid-mount, and then we're putting Vantage Air on it as well.
Man, babe, it's gonna be a nice car, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's been on the back burner because I want it in my mind to be perfect, or I want it to be done right. And some of the other stuff has been thrash builds and race cars, so it didn't really matter. So I didn't want to take my time on this, but then I want it done. So that's where we're at now. Is we're trying to get it all together. Some things don't need any extra attention. Everything's a little bit more of a project than we thought. I told Rob the other day, oh, we got the square body together. But that actually means the square body is almost together. Today, I'm doing a little bit of work on the clutch pedals to bleed the clutch, reinstall the seats, and we should be good to do our first maiden test drive after putting the new trans and everything back in it. I did put the straight exhaust, the race exhaust on it, and I took the mufflers off, so I think that's the way it should be. Dilly, be good, boy.
Take it for a little test drive?
Yeah, that's the plan. Take this one for a test drive, and then when it warms up a little bit, I'm gonna show you guys my tree light. That's what I've actually been working on the last month or so, I guess. Looks 5 weeks. I went to North Carolina and bought a bunch of Christmas trees, and I've been selling them here at the body shop. It's been a pretty cool experience. We're going over to the tree light. I had a bright idea to sell some Christmas trees this year. We call it Tip Top Trees. I started with 143 and I have about 60 left. So I sold 80 or so basically before December. I had no clue what to expect. There's a lady in town that used to always sell them, and she got sick, so she couldn't do it anymore. And she posted on Facebook, just kind of letting everybody know. It was the 1st of November. But I was like, well, I got the place to do this, and I had, Mom just started calling around everywhere, and we eventually found it was really hard to get them. It's because you have to put a 6-month or 8-month deposit down. There's more or less a shortage of Christmas trees. And so we called, and long story short, we found a place that usually sells 1,500 trees to somewhere in Florida that canceled because of the hurricane. We were actually at a Christmas tree farm, and I met the owner. It's like a single man operation, and he had a few workers, and it was picturesque, and it was the coolest thing I've ever done.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. At night, it's all lit up and everything. You know how it is, you don't really know until you get in the middle of something. Tree lights are really like a thing of the past, and the next closest one is like Nashville. I've had people come from all the surrounding counties, an hour to come and get the trees. I remember when I was little, there was a mall when we would go to, and they had a tree light set up with the lights and everything. So that's kind of what I had in mind whenever I was putting the lights up. As I would like to say, part of the Rusty Truck Museum. Yeah. But this is an Apache. I've had it for I guess a little over a year. This one and another one popped up for sale not too far away. The other one has this really cool front bumper, and I fell in love with it. The other one's a fleet side, but this one's a big back window. It's kind of just like the best of both worlds. But so I set those up, and the local photographers and whatnot have been coming doing family photos. That's been crazy too. I never expected that many people to get all that professional photos done.
So this is where they're all hidden.
These are some more of my trucks, back burner projects that maybe I'll get to one day. This is the other Apache I bought with that green one. This one is a fleet side, but I thought this bumper was just the neatest thing whenever I saw it the first time. Without a doubt, I bought both trucks because this one had that on it.
I mean, so cool.
This is a square body that my brother bought. This is the first one of all of them.
Oh, no.
Like when we got, when we got the bug like everybody else, this is the very first truck that, my brother actually bought it, and it's changed hands a few times, but we got it back, so I don't think that one will ever go anywhere. This is a 71. This is the former race truck. That's a good truck, but just like some of the parts have went to other trucks. The motor and transmission is in the red OBS now. This truck will go back together though one day. It's all painted, under the firewall and everything. This chassis that's sitting on is from the gold anniversary truck that's inside.
Oh yeah, okay.
But as you can tell, like it was 100%, original too, down to the breather and everything. That's kind of why I haven't really messed with it too much, because I want to be able to keep it original.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cool truck too. This is a 68 anniversary gold and white. This one's a custom, I believe. One's a custom. Yeah, this is a custom. The other one's a CST. They're both, pretty rough or in pretty good shape, however you want to look at it.
Gotta love an anniversary truck.
Yeah, you can tell that they're real anniversary trucks because they always have these white door panels in them. They have a gold column, and the visors are gold. That's like telltale signs that they're anniversary trucks.
So
But this one too, just like the other one, it's original. It's all there. The other one was actually locked up, and that's why we took it apart. But this one will turn over and everything. It's missing the starter, so I don't know if it didn't get robbed and put on another project but this is one that I would like to probably see. I'm gonna do one of them like 100%, original.
Yeah.
Back like with all the original parts and everything. One's rusty, the other one's not. This one's really not that bad of a truck because it's all, solid, through there. This truck had OG patina, and then that guy I bought it from, like before I could get a hold of it, he had his helper,
Oh, help it along.
Yeah, they, some of it I took like lacquer thinner and took most of it off, but this is just like cheap spray paint on top of it. It's like anything. I just haven't messed with it.
Yeah.
But I want to get most of it off and then let it start marinating again. Oh, this is all that good stuff that you can't part with. This is the subframe from the '67 Camaro. It was originally a 6-speed or 6-cylinder car, but kind of like those other trucks, it's just all there. These are the inner fenders out of the gold truck inside. This is the original motor, the original V8 out of the '65.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I could never get rid of that. It might be I don't know, it might be a coffee table or something one day. What is this other stuff?
Spare parts.
Yeah, just spare good stuff you can't live without. Did you see this last time you were here?
Yeah, tell me about it. That's what I want to know about.
This is a 59 Apache big back window. I don't know if it's a real thing, but on the internet, I've heard them referred to as a double deluxe.
Oh.
And they have, it has all the trim here around the back window. It has, the trim down the sides. And another cool thing that I didn't know was like even a thing until after I owned the truck. It has a speaker above the rear view mirror. I didn't really know they were even a thing until I owned it. I was posting some pictures of it online, and a gentleman asked me if it was there, and I told him yeah, and he said you probably won't ever see another one.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. That was a cool find.
Super cool.
Me and Dad and I, we went to Texas. I found this truck for sale and had to have it. Told the guy I wanted it, and went like the next morning and drove straight to Texas and picked it up and drove straight back. It took a while to recover from that one.
I bet.
Check this out. This is it's all original. You know, I buy all of these trucks to, you know, turn into like hot rods or put on chassis or whatever, but I kind of, you know, whenever they're this original and, you know, they have everything, it kind of makes it hard to take apart. This truck runs and drives. At some point over the years, somebody probably tried to like tighten the valves or, you know, adjust the valves, and they actually wiped out the cam. So it's super, I've never seen one do it before, but backfires through the carburetor where they like messed the cam up.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I'm in between like putting this on a chassis and doing all to it, or just having the original motor repaired. Yeah, so, you know, I get some wind noise. I want to, like, you know, send them off or have all that, like, professionally done.
Yep. Well, remind everybody at home what this is.
This is the 1965 C10. This is, like, you know, my first truck that I kind of put together that I've had the whole time during this whole journey. This is the truck. It came from Benton County, came from one county over, and then we put it on a chassis that Level 7 took out from underneath another truck.
Yeah.
LS swapped. It has a 5.3 with 4L60. It's all stock tune, you know, so it drives like a factory vehicle. Has modern brakes and everything on it. So with the exception of like just a little bit of noise or, you know, road noise, it drives like a modern vehicle. This is one I get into, and didn't take it to Dino's. I was scared of that, but I'll take it anywhere without, you know, around here.
What you know about this AC heat unit, whatever this is down here?
I believe it's an air conditioner unit. I believe it's like a factory or a dealer add-on type of deal. It was on there whenever I bought the truck, and it had like a big compressor and everything on the engine. It's I've always thought it'd be really neat to convert it and make it work. Real comfortable truck though. You know, just riding.
Reminds me a lot of Teddy.
I bet.
Road, yeah. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Probably a little quieter on the inside. It feels a little more sealed, but
yeah, this right here is what I would like. I've been putting it off because I have all of my stuff on it, and I kind of think even like the brake and the milk glass, it just looks old. It's original. I'm telling you, like, the older I get, I can appreciate, you know, the original more and more.
Totally.
You only get one chance, so once you know what I mean?
Yep. Totally agree.
So this is the old post office. The Christmas tree lot should be, but it's more convenient. One day I want to open like a restaurant, breakfast type place.
Well, this would be a cool place to do it.
This is one of my projects.
Man, this place is awesome though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's rough, don't get me wrong.
But it is rough, but this could be so cool.
Yeah, it's like structurally sound too.
Yeah, when we walked up here, I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna be dodging holes in the floor. But nope. Dude. Yeah, that back there is a little questionable.
Yeah, that's that'll get removed and replaced. Dave Rita's Cantina or breakfast, burgers, beers, no order, something like that.
I love it.
I want to do like an open, like kitchen, like you know, one side will be the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, have like a a bar where you serve on it, and then like, you know, I wanted to have that like real eclectic, dark staple $1 to the ceiling type place. And then I think I'm gonna do like a open seating area out here.
Dude, this would be killer.
So I built these, and they're all but like modular, because you know it's made for the other pipe to go inside here. So this just slips off one bolt here, and you can go from like a muffler setup to, you know, straight exhaust, straight pipes.
Which hopefully these folks can hear.
Yeah, hopefully.
She's just low.
So whenever the transmission actually locked up, I was going down the interstate 75/80, and the rear wheels locked up. So I thought it was a clutch issue, so I was just slamming the pedal. So after we put it all back together, we went to bleed the clutch, and then I realized that, you know, the whole pedal assembly was moving. So we ground that and put some new tack wheels in, and it shouldn't be much of a fix.
How scary was it, rear wheels locking up at 80?
It was scary. It all happened quick, but it was more kind of like that, you know, let down feel and not being able to drive it to the revival.
Yeah.
And it was more like I instantly knew right then. I was like, oh, this is it. This is done.
Yeah.
Seat shifter, and we should be good to test it out. We'll see how that goes, though.
You sound nervous, Dave.
I don't know what happened to the clutch. The clutch could be the weak link now. All right, so just a reminder, this is a LT1 with a TR6060 6-speed. It has a BTR cam in it, a set of speed engineering mid-length headers. Those worked out super good with the factory frame and the no limit and everything. It has a Holley mid-mount accessory drive, has a Power Master alternator, has a turn 1 steering pump. The guys at Infinite Fab made me the intake tube there. Duet radiators and fans. And I think that's most of the big parts. Kind of making a weird noise too, like a dragon noise.
Yeah. I think it's smart.
Listen to it, Brian. something's dragging. It feels like the throwout bearing needs to be adjusted or the clutch needs to be bled. So far, I just turned a little problem into a big one. I'm gonna look into it. Everything else seemed real smooth. I think the transmission, I bought the transmission off eBay and it actually came from a flooded car, but it's a sealed unit, so I wasn't worried about it because I'm not using any of the electronics really.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's just fine. It's some kind of like clutch or throwout bearing issue.
It sounded good, man.
Yeah.
Blake Tarpey, up close. Man, it's cold.
So next week we get a Predator motor, put on that air compressor. Now we're gonna do some sandblasting down by the creek.